The guard said, finally, you got to go. And I walked upstairs, and I'm like, okay, I know where I am, but I don't know what to do. And it was like midnight, and I had to be here by 10:30 in the morning, and I was going to lose my bed. So the story goes, I walked here from King County Jail, 28 miles. Now, I was a little thinner then, I was just off the crack, okay? So don't look at me and go, no chance you walked here from King County Jail. I looked a little different, you know? Another story when people ask me about how sober are you, I say about 80 pounds. You know, I'm about 80 pounds sober so far. You know, then we'll see how that goes. That's still a work in process too, okay? I did walk here. I arrived here at about 10:25 with about 5 minutes to spare. And you would think, after going through that, I would walk in here a very humble man, right? God saved me, God brought me here, I got delivered, I'm here, time to take care of business, right? Oh no. I walked in the door, the angriest man who's ever arrived at Sheahen. I arrived here having planned the murders of every single person who was in that house. You know, I knew them, I knew where they were. I had fire, bombs, I know how to do all this stuff. I had planned, I had everything planned. That house was going to blow up when I got a chance. That house is going to burn so hot that they'll be talking about it for years. I walked in here and it took me days, and I mean days, to just catch my breath. Because anger was all that you could get out of me at that time. I hated everybody. You guys did this to me. How dare you treat me like this? After the way I've been treating you people, taking care of you at my house, a nice, safe house to get high at 24 hours a day. You know, look at what I provided you and look at how you treated me. Unbelievable how I thought. So what ends up happening is, Tuesday night CA meeting in the room next door, which is why today I still love that Tuesday night CA meeting. A few of you guys know me from there. I'll be there again next Tuesday. I walked into that room on a Tuesday night, and two guys named Evan and Juan, who I still happen to know. Juan and I have the same sponsor. I mean, who knew that all these people that were entering my life in 2003 are still in my life today? I mean, how cool is that, first of all? And that's kind of a promise I give you guys, that you're going to meet some amazing people right away in the first week of meetings as you leave this place. And they're going to remain in your life, as hard as it is to believe. And they're going to be the ones who remind you of how you were when you walked out of Sheahen. So as your life changes and gets better and better and better, they're your anchors to remind you of where you came from. You know, so every once in a while when you forget, you can go back by one of them and they'll go, you remember when you sat in the meetings and cried about Rose? And I said, yeah, I cried about Rose for a long time in my meetings, you know, a long time. Because that's all I thought I had. I got to get her back. What can I do to get her back? And you know, the best part of this program is nobody once ever told me, if you don't stop whining about that lady, you know, enough, you know, stop showing up. Nobody ever said that to me once. They gave me every opportunity in the world to get it out of myself as to what I had to get out. Nobody ever shut me down until I could finally figure out that I am going to be able to breathe without that situation. You know, I am going to get divorced. It is a reality. And it is going to happen. And there's nothing I can do about it other than make the best of it. So, here I am at Sheahen. Evan and Juan are sitting in the room and they say to me, Dennis, they're talking to me. They were looking right at me as if I was the only one in the room. They said to me, Dennis, I can guarantee you sobriety. And for some reason I was paying attention that night. I don't know why. I didn't walk into that room going, okay, tonight I'm going to pay attention. But I was. And they said, Dennis, I'm going to guarantee you sobriety. If you start doing 5 things every day, you will never get high again. And I said, all right. Tell me what 5 things you do every day. Okay? They said the first thing you're going to do is when you wake up in the morning is you're going to get down on your knees. And you're going to ask for God's help on the day. Now, I heard that and I said, get down on my knees. And I said, okay, I'm Catholic, I know what that means. I know what it means when the priest goes like this. It means there's 18 minutes left in the Mass. Okay, I know what it means. I know exactly what to do. And I've done it 100,000 times before, but it never meant a thing to me. It never meant a thing to me to do that. It was just part of what I was going through, you know, part of being at church. Get down on your knees, get back up, sit down, stand up, kneel, whatever it was. It wasn't important to me. It wasn't important in my life. But they told me to get down on my knees. And I said to myself, well, if that's humble, then I'll show you humble. I'll hang from my ankles by gravity boots till my eyes bleed, because that's more humble. Because I'll show you humble. You want humble? I'll give you humble. But that's not what they told me to do. They told me to get down on my knees. So I did. And the first time I ever got down on my knees was in room 204. Anybody living in room 204?
Yep.
Flip the mattress.
Got 1, 2, or 3, Dennis.
Bed one.
That's my bed.
All righty. Sorry I did that. You know, people say, did you just go from God to masturbation? The answer is yes, I did. You know, you are a freak, man. You are a freak. You know. Yes. So that's how I roll, and that's what you're gonna have to put up with today. Okay. All right. I apologize for that joke. That was a horrible joke. Okay. But I tell it every time I'm here. I'm gonna tell it till I die. So I got down on my knees in room 204. But, you know, at the end of my addiction, I'd have gotten high in front of your mother, you know, because if I came over to your house and I was going to stay more than a couple hours, I was going to have to bring some dope with me, and I was going to have to somehow sneak off to some corner of your house and do my dope. If I get down on my knees in front of anybody, that was not going to happen, okay? So I had to make sure everyone was sound asleep before I got down on my knees, and I just rolled out of bed. Now, me, all I got to do is take about 3 sips of water, and I will wake up at night. You know, it's a given. I don't know if anybody's that age and they know what I'm talking about. So that's really all I did, was I took a couple sips of water. I knew I'd wake up at some point in the night, and sure enough, I did. And I rolled out of bed, and I got to my knees for the first time, and I asked for God's help. And here's what I know, okay? I haven't gotten high since that day. So guess what I'm afraid not to do? Okay? Get down on my knees. Because I don't know if that's not the key to the whole thing. How do I know what the key to this thing is? I don't know. I was told to start doing 5 things every day. I started doing those 5 things, and I haven't relapsed. And I happen to know a lot of my sponsees, and the one behind the camera is one of them, who I told to start doing the 5 things, and he started doing 5 things, and he just had 5 years a week ago. So, you know, so this is how we go. Mike here, who's coming up on 3 years. He's doing the 5 things. We just did our 5th step this week. And it's just awesome to see these guys. It's just awesome to hang with these guys. I've got the best of friends. You know, it starts out as, you know, will you be my sponsor? It ends up being guys that you can't even imagine your life without. You know, it's just they're just the best of guys. They're the best of friends, and it starts out strange and it ends up being the greatest. The second thing I was told to do was read something recovery-related every day. Now, guys, we're not exactly members of Oprah's book club, okay? Oprah's not out looking for us to join her book club, so I'm asking you to read something recovery-related that's fairly simple to read. I was told to read the 24-hour-a-day book every day. I was told to read January 6th, the 24-hour-a-day book every day, which starts with sobriety is the most important thing in my life. And it has to be the most important thing in my life, because I've been taught point blank that anything I put above my sobriety is the first thing I'm going to lose when I give it up. Whatever comes above sobriety is what I will lose. And it makes sense.